Story 1. My dad watches videos of people building and fixing things or cooking. Then he goes and builds, fixes things or cooks. He also enjoys watching Jeopardy on weekdays. Story 2. I can't deny that I have been drawn into pressure washer videos or men mowing overgrown lawns for those in need. Story 3. Tiny house builds and tours, woodworking, gardening, and other DIY videos. Saturday Night Live Weekend Update, Pod Save America, Diary of a CEO, Trash Theory, Lo-Fi Girl, Book Club Radio, The Daily Show, The Weekly Show, and various other content. Story 4. I will come across a YouTube video and watch it, but there is no such thing as going on YouTube and watching something from a channel I follow. Story 5. My dad is 60, and I always catch him watching cat and dog compilations. He would also put one or two of our cats on his lap and make them watch with him. Story 6. Tasting History, Drumeo, The Compound, Dr. Mike critiquing celebrity workouts, and various cooking channels. Story 7. Smosh Universe content, Mythical Morning, Mythical Kitchen, Try Guys, and most things Hermitcraft are my favorites. As a veteran, I also enjoy some military-related content from Preston Stewart, Ward Carroll, and Habitual Line Crosser, along with Mandatory Fun Day and a few others. To stay informed, I rely on NBC, CNN, BBC, and Belle of the Ranch. YouTube has completely replaced broadcast television in my life. Story 8. Mostly videos about technical topics, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and related subjects. There are also some dashcam channels, music videos, and a few influencers. Story 9. Videos about whatever current video game I am playing, cooking videos, sports recaps from the National Football League, National Hockey League, and Formula One, streaming recommendation videos, and movie recap videos of films I wasn't going to watch to see if it might be something I am interested in. Food travel show videos to gather ideas of where I might want to eat if I visit those cities. I also go through phases of true crime videos. Story 10. Aside from what I watch, I pay for premium, and it is worth every penny. When I am logged out of YouTube or using someone else's account, it is jarring. Story 11. Pakistani people are involved in casting machinery or repairing broken machinery with minimal technology and safety considerations. Story 12. My dad, in his 50s, enjoys watching World Wrestling Entertainment, Chinese street food, hunting, fishing, and cooking videos featuring impoverished people from developing countries. He also likes listening to old music with attractive women in the background of the videos. Story 13. I love watching Demolition Ranch, but he has just retired. There is plenty to go back and watch if you enjoy that kind of content. Story 14. How-to guides, music videos, sketch comedy, movie scenes, television clips, daily internet dose, technology connections, daily show, documentary content, primarily history, technology, and science. I also watch some meme content occasionally. Sometimes I like to keep up with the younger crowd. I used to watch gaming content as well. The main type of content I do not watch is reaction videos. I watch them occasionally when I cannot find the original video they are reacting to, but I do not watch them for the reactions. I dislike videos where people talk while doing makeup or similar activities. Feels strange to me, and I do not understand it. Story 15. I am a 45-year-old man who enjoys watching a lot of history and cooking shows. Tasting History with Max Miller is particularly interesting as it combines both interests. I also like watching content about bands and rappers that I enjoy. For a time, I became very interested in traditional Japanese carpentry as well. Although these times can seem challenging, I remember when there were only 3 television channels and no internet. While that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, I appreciate having so much information available at our fingertips. Story 16. Fixing videos is my main focus. However, my guilty pleasure is comedy, whether short or long, as well as watching border collies herd and run. It brings me a sense of tranquility. Story 17. I am 58 years old, so I enjoy 1970s and 1980s rhythm and blues playlists, as well as the occasional best snooker shots from various tournaments, as I am originally from the United Kingdom. Story 18. Clips of shows I am interested in but do not want to watch or listen to entirely, instructional videos, comedy, music, history, science, and random topics that catch my attention. Story 19. Skyrim-related videos, Cecilia Blondell, Reynolds Family, Old Army rations from Steve 1989 MRE Info, statistics for electrical repairs, words unraveled, Sam and Monica, rest is history, Yuan Nin, English Premier League, and cooking videos. Story 20. Channels I watch, What Culture, Trek Culture, Secret Galaxy, Outside Xbox, PlayStation Access, Binging with Babish, Simple History, Weird History, Food Insider, Freakin' Reviews, How It Should Have Ended, Good Bad Flicks. I mostly watch content about old toys and TV shows and movies, including discussions about Easter eggs in the latest Marvel shows and movies. Story 21. Mostly science and cartoons. The History of the Universe. PBS Spacetime. The Big Les Show. Story 22. Later this year, I plan to explore true crime documentaries, music-related podcasts, political podcasts, and paranormal topics that are authentic and not overly sensationalized. I enjoy police chase and body cam videos, particularly from the Police Activity channel. I haven't been very disciplined with fitness lately, but I keep reminding myself to improve, and I occasionally engage with fitness-related content. Story 23. My dad is almost 80 and enjoys travel videos and watching Donald Trump fail. I cannot recall the last time I watched YouTube for anything, probably a couple of years ago for a tutorial video. Story 24. Gaming videos and lore videos for various games, along with content like fascinating horror or scary interesting, may lead me to accidentally click on something I didn't intend to, which could completely disrupt my recommendations for a week. Story 25. I enjoy political commentary, comedy, and cooking shows that critique Trump. They are more affordable than therapy. Story 26. YouTube primarily recommends content that aligns with Russian propaganda or resembles the ideas of figures like Jordan Peterson. It is challenging to find material that does not attempt to misinform or manipulate me. I often search for information about investments, coffee, or philosophy. It requires more effort than I prefer to avoid being influenced negatively. It is frustrating. Story 27. I watch a lot of content about home theater equipment, turntables, and vinyl records. I also follow a lot of political news in the United States. I don't watch regular television anymore. Story 28. Car-related channels cover fixes, builds, and drag racing. Outdoor-related channels focus on gear, travel, and survival topics. I also enjoy how-to videos for building or fixing things myself. Story 29. I visited the zoo and Carrie rode a truck. I might also discuss premature baldness and sometimes that person snowboarding. Story 30. Critical Role and Dimension 20, old episodes of Bob Ross, appliance repair tutorials, history lessons for relaxation, Warhammer painting tutorials, and speedruns of classic video games. Sometimes I also use it to find how-to resources for my job. Story 31. YouTube is a rabbit hole. I rarely look for content, so it's generally what's in my recommended list, which is often a mix of randomness. Story 32. I enjoy watching videos of people restoring clunker vehicles, wood turning, detailing dirty cars, PC builds, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, and Pokemon Challenge runs. I also like new home inspections, power washing, landscaping overgrown yards, and most of what gets posted to the Mythical Kitchen, Let's Game It Out, and Tantacles channels. Although these three channels are unrelated, I appreciate all of them. Story 33. Nearly 65. Perkins Brothers Builders. Rocky Mountain Farmer. New Yankee Workshop. Avenue. Watch West Work. Pacific Northwest Hillbilly. South Main Auto. Andrew Camarada. I still like a Bomb 79, but he doesn't hold my attention like he used to. Story 34. Music streaming and mixes such as synthwave, darkwave, classical, jazz, ambient, and film scores. Retro gaming, science, astronomy, and food challenges and reviews are some of my interests. I enjoy content from engaging personalities, not overly formal or detached styles. I appreciate film reviews, adventures of people living off the grid, travel videos, and what it's like videos filmed in challenging environments. I also like how-to clips for when things go wrong. This platform is by far my most used source for media. Many people criticize the premium subscription, but for me, it is entirely worth it. Story 35. I am an avid skier, mountain biker, and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. So I primarily watch skiing, mountain biking, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu videos. I also use it for workout videos and spin classes that I do at home. Additionally, I enjoy cooking, DIY projects, and discovering new music, although it used to be much better for that. Story 36. I watch a lot of different things, including gaming, pressure washing, various educational videos, and home improvement videos. I also enjoy watching Smosh and Good Mythical Morning videos. Story 37. I explore various topics every few months, watching numerous videos on subjects I'm not familiar with. Story 38. I am 50 and about to turn 51 next month. I mainly watch police bodycam videos as well as pierogi and other scam baiter videos, including those from Jacob R. I enjoy seeing all the interesting video game consoles he finds and purchases online. Story 39. Reaction videos of games or movies and series that I really enjoyed are special to me. I will never have the opportunity to watch them again for the first time, so I watch others and enjoy their experience. I also enjoy playthroughs of games that interest me, but I will never have the chance to play myself like the first 3 Uncharted games since I don't have a console. I enjoy music videos as well. That's all. Story 40. Travel videos, how-to guides, stock tips, guitar lessons, science fiction shorts, discovering new music, political news, humor stand-up, and historical videos. I use it frequently. Story 41. Music videos mostly from the 1980s to today, motorcycle content, camping and cabin building, and massively multiplayer online game gameplay videos. Story 42. I enjoy DIY projects whenever something breaks around the house and use things to help me fall asleep at night, such as a documentary or recently, Friday the 13th, the series. Who remembers that? Story 43. Financial stocks and shares have captivated me. To be fair, I have learned a lot, and it is generally serving me well. Story 44. It is an eclectic mix of video games, outdoor activities, survival and bushcraft videos, primitive survival, anime recap channels. They are great to listen to while doing other things, sports highlights, and creative content related to film, design, and photography. It is what I do in real life. Story 45. A lot of sports content, including podcasts, anything related to animals, consumer product ratings and lists, and movie clips. Story 46. I just watched a man review baseball bats for an hour and a half last night. There was a post about corked bats that led me down a rabbit hole. I haven't swung a bat in 30 years. I am also obsessed with cars, watching people fix them. I know very little about this world, which makes it interesting. This interest led me to buy a 2004 350Z. So now I embrace the midlife crisis look with a Hawaiian shirt, baseball cap, and sunglasses while driving a convertible. Fortunately, my wife tolerates me. I like the car wizard from Hoovy's garage. He knows everything. Story 47. Beard meets food. Gary eats, and that's what I reckon all focus on food. Beard takes on challenges. Gary provides insightful reviews, and Nat shares excellent recipes with a humorous touch. Story 48. I love watching videos related to space. Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson is always interesting, but I also enjoy Smarter Every Day with Dustin and many other educational channels that expand my knowledge. I believe it is crucial to dedicate some of your online time to self-improvement. When I needed to automate my house, I taught myself electrical work through online resources. I have also used these resources to fix my refrigerator, dryer, and car, as well as for do-it-yourself home projects. Woodworking channels are amazing too. Do not wait until your 40s to start this. Make lifelong learning a habit. Instead of following influencers who engage in pointless activities for attention and profit, watch content that genuinely benefits you. Staying updated on the latest trends and internet slang is temporary, but curating your online experience for self-improvement will pay off in the long run. Otherwise, you are no better off than those who spend their time watching reality television for gossip and drama, failing to grow mentally as a person. Story 49. Very little. These are usually comedy sketches like these. Story 50. For fun. Movie trailers. Seth Meyers, The Daily Show, John Oliver, and Dead shows. For projects. How do I fix Story 51. I am embarrassed to admit it, but I mostly watch reaction videos. It started with music, but then expanded to movies, shows, and food. Other than that, I enjoy random content such as cars, nature documentaries, science topics, and sports highlights. Story 52. I typically watch gaming or music content like Let's Plays by Andy Cortez and Symbol Lee, Act Man, Fighting Cowboy, Drumeo, Rick Beato, and Samus666. Occasionally, I also enjoy Kurzgesagt, Shoe Zero and Head, Chris Ray Gunn, Jeremy Johns, The Daily Show, and Josh Johnson, along with various movie or political content. Additionally, I am a huge fan of Bitwit, Paul's Hardware, and other PC enthusiast material. Story 53. My dad watches anything related to cars, including Doug DeMuro, Curious Cars, Whistling Diesel, Fort 9, and Top Gear or Grand Tour clips. Story 54. John Malecki, Post-Steelers Era. Linus Tech Tips. Not older than 40 yet. Let's see if my answer changes in about 10 years. Story 55. I am a big fan of history. I will watch hours of a channel called The Rest is History or any history channel. I also enjoy DIY projects and tool restoration channels. Story 56. My uncle is blind, but he still enjoys watching YouTube, mainly lore videos about game franchises like Elder Scrolls, The Lord of the Rings, and other great epics. He likes to imagine the world and live in it. He knows many facts about various well-known lore-heavy franchises. Sometimes he listens to old concert recordings, including performances by Metallica with Cliff Burton, Led Zeppelin, and the Beatles. If there's a live recording of a concert or festival, chances are he has heard it. He believes they are better, more pure, and raw than studio recordings, and I can't say I disagree. Story 57. I enjoy micro-learning channels. I used to watch Vsauce and Veritasium. I tend to watch nature documentaries like Blue Planet or anything by David Attenborough. I appreciate hearing from influential figures like Carl Sagan or other knowledgeable individuals who explain how things work. Neil deGrasse Tyson may come across as pompous, but I view him as passionate about sharing knowledge. I still do some light gaming. I like to watch others play the games I enjoy or want to try. I don't have as much time to play as they do. I will always be a gamer at heart. Story 58. A lot of things, but I would say that Sassy the Sasquatch and all the different show iterations are what I am really excited about. They make my days better and have improved my life. Story 59. My grandpa is a huge fan of YouTube. He mostly watches young, attractive women playing guitar and live performances from concerts he attended or wanted to attend. Story 60. Numberphile, Computerphile, Veritasium, Astrum, History of the Universe, Chubby Emu, Mr. Ballin, Harry Mack, Carl Sagan 42, Just Cook, Games Done Quick, Summoning Salt, Pixel Playback, and stand-up comedy, along with Fixing Things. Story 61. Not in my 40s, but I assume that since I'm in my mid-30s, I will continue watching content related to history, culture, and food, or a combination of these themes. Story 62. I mainly use YouTube for three purposes: to watch previews and trailers, to find solutions for video games when I'm stuck. I prefer reading solutions, but they are increasingly difficult to find, and to learn how to fix things around my house. Story 63. Some educational content includes backing tracks of songs I enjoy playing on the guitar while accompanying them. I also watch reaction videos to classic music or films. Although I know some of it is likely staged, I find it enjoyable nonetheless. Story 64. People building and fixing things. Bushcraft and cooking videos. Warhammer 40K for some strange reason. Story 65. Drawfee features a variety of content, including barbershop music, board game reviews from channels like No Pun Included and Shut Up and Sit Down, Hot Ones, Taskmaster, How to Drink, and Angela Collier, who covers various scientific topics. Other creators I enjoy are GeoWizard, Defunctland, and several others who may not post frequently but produce some of my favorite videos, such as deep dive video essays by Bomb. Story 66. I enjoy listening to a lot of music, especially live shows from bands. I'm into metal, metalcore, and hardcore music, and I love reliving live shows from the 1990s. As for fixing things, I don't cook well, so I should consider watching some cooking shows. Story 67. Efren Reyes, Pool, computer networks, home automation, home repairs, music, history, severance, math, science, miscellaneous television clips, and comedy. Story 68. There are a few virtual YouTubers I follow, as well as lore videos about Warhammer 40,000, Fallout, and Elder Scrolls. Veritasium and Kurzgesagt also get a lot of attention. I have to mention Prime Radiancy, which features hilarious videos of presidents playing Mass Effect. Many content creators are doing the AI-voiced president concept, but his work stands out and is excellent. Story 69. Musty fixes engines and related tasks. It's my Sunday morning routine, along with playing chess, mostly influenced by Eric Rosen. Story 70. Linus Tech Tips. Music theory and analysis similar to Jamie Altozano, Ludophonia, and 8-bit theory. Science communicators such as Veritasium, Up and Atom, and 3 Blue 1 Brown. Game commentary, analysis, and playthroughs from BaityBait, Ginksu, Point Crow, and Carl Sagan 42. Story 71. How to fix things. While my children climb all over me, preventing me from paying attention, I find myself needing to watch the video 3 times. My older brother enjoys UFO topics, but I think that is more of a Generation X interest. Story 72. Azul GG professional Pokemon trading card game player. Vlogging through history, historical commentary. Jackson Kruger sports commentator. Games with names Edelman. Story 73. 3 of my favorites. The Missing Enigma. Detailed breakdowns of people who have gone missing in the wilderness. Andrew van der Vaart, MD, PhD. A psychiatrist sharing his knowledge and reviewing personalities. Telecom Electronic Beats TV. Especially the blind tests, which are a lot of fun. Story 74. Brett Coleman, NFL content. Carl Sagan, Super Mario Maker content. Neil deGrasse Tyson, or any other astronomer content. Story 75. Patrick Boyle. Tours Cabinet of Curiosities. A newer channel but epic. Highly recommended. Steve Leto Legal Eagle. The Bulwark. Doug DeMero. Bart D. Ehrman. Virtual Railfan. The History Guy. DW Documentary. Red Letter Media. Watcher Puppet History. Media Death Cult. Dropout. BBC One British panel shows. Story 76. I enjoy watching Drumeo dissect songs. Rick Beato would probably be my second choice, followed by Billy Corgan in third place. However, I must admit that Corgan can come off as a bit pretentious at times. Richard Marx's interviews can serve as a good alternative. Additionally, I have to be honest and say that high-definition videos of lingerie shows interest me. Story 77. Perkins Builder Brothers, Matt's Off-Road Recovery, Cletus McFarland, Acorn to Arabella, Vice Grip Garage, Diesel Creek, Veritasium, Larson Farms, Cutting Edge Engineering, Yeah Mad, OG Crew, Beard Meets Food, Samson Boat Company, Grind Hard Plumbing, Everyday Astronaut, Millennial Farmer, Scott Manley, Smarter Everyday Technology Connections. These are just a few examples. Story 78. Anything I want to learn about and do not know. Documentaries about little-known topics, such as Zagduan traders in the 12th century. Story 79. Restoration videos, Screen Crush, Car Rebuilding, Matt Armstrong, Tavarish, Scrap Life Lee, TJ Hunt, etc. World of Warcraft content, Philadelphia Eagles updates, firearm-related topics, science videos, and DayZ content. Even though I have never played it and do not plan on it, strange obsession. Story 80. Welding, precious metal refining, becoming an expatriate, living in different countries, forging, and knife making. Story 81. I am 45 years old and I watch a lot of news and political content, ranging from David Pacman to Hassan Piker, so I am exposed to various perspectives from the left. I also get caught up in some YouTube drama, especially if I am familiar with at least one of the participants. Is the algorithm customized for me? Is that how algorithms work? Story 82. A lot of information about board games and chess, followed by news commentary, and concluding with topics in philosophy and science. Story 83. I mainly use YouTube when I need to fix something. There are detailed videos that show you exactly what to do. I have fixed issues with a pellet grill, garbage disposer, and even a car, which saved me a lot of money. Story 84. My dad types in a destination he wants to visit and watches videos on the top 10 things to do there. He then says he has visited the place after watching the video. Story 85. Tool restoration videos include hand tool rescue, not terrible restorations, and Mr. Patina. Math videos feature Michael Penn, Prime Newtons, Hannah Fry, and stand-up maths. Stand-up comedy showcases Josh Johnson, Don't Tell Comedy, and John Marco Cerisi, along with various highlights. Maker videos present stuff made here, Colin Furs, and Ivan Miranda. Science videos include Alpha Phoenix, Steve Mold, and Smarter Every Day. Story 86. I mostly watch scientific content, space launches, short-format movies from the Dust Channel, music reaction and analysis videos, and other interesting content. I've embraced my inner nerd as I've aged. I look for things that enrich my understanding of the world. Story 87. I have a large television with Netflix, Disney, and sports packages. I also have an iPad that can stream Apple TV via HDMI. Typically, I watch product reviews when I am trying to decide on something. Story 88. I'm 43 and making music about being a dad. If anyone is interested, I'm writing songs about fatherhood. Story 89. PC building channels such as Gamers Nexus and 8 Hour are among my favorites. I also enjoy watching historical content about events like the Cold War and World War II, and more recently the Korean War. I tend to avoid political discussions since I already have strong opinions about current events. Story 90. I have no choice but to watch NBA highlights on YouTube, unfortunately. The advertisements are embarrassing when I'm watching with my young son. I wish there were another way. Story 91. Nutrition facts, Bob and Brad, physical therapists, a show similar to Breaking Bad, and a legal drama featuring a nurse from ER. Story 92. Video game retrospectives, science fiction and horror lore videos, history and battle explanation videos, and some esports content such as Dota, StarCraft, and Magic: The Gathering. I also occasionally watch art videos. Story 93. People are fixing, renovating, and restoring old machinery. There are people playing both old and new video games, a variety of scientific activities, and plenty of music. Story 94. I watch a lot of YouTube focusing on space and aviation content, including launches and creators such as Scott Manley, Mike Patey, Ward Carroll, Blankalirio, and Flight Radar 24. I enjoy long-form interview podcasts like Diary of a CEO, Chris Williamson, Tim Ferriss, Lex Friedman, and Peter Attia. I also watch some political content from the Hoover Institution and the New Statesman, along with guitar tutorials, rock climbing and mountaineering videos, cycling, and rugby league and union highlights. I also follow Major League Baseball and enjoy Paul Rober and Smarter Every Day, of course. I do not watch any channels related to my profession or area of primary expertise. Story 95. Guitar lessons, bicycle reviews, music videos, and shows my child enjoys. Currently watching Dr. Binox. Story 96. Building science shows, cooking shows, live music, and how to rebuild Land Cruisers provide information on various topics. They essentially teach skills to reduce reliance on paid labor. Story 97. Mainly cooking, home improvement, and house building videos. Additionally, clips from my favorite movies and live performances of bands and artists. If I ever need to learn something new, YouTube is usually my first stop. Story 98. Anything documentary related, podcasts, and various product reviews. Shorts for bathroom breaks. I will browse through funny YouTube shorts that occasionally feature Sabrina Carpenter in humorous situations. Story 99. Subscribe to Rocket League, Path of Exile, building and construction channels, and Yuri Tauchman because he has his own genre. Story 100. Longer format educational content includes creators like Folding Ideas, Technology Connections, FilmJoy, and CGP Grey, if he uploads new videos. I will occasionally watch a few Chris Bowden shorts for entertainment. Story 101. I usually don't. When I do, it's because I need to figure out how to fix the washer or something. The fact that YouTube is becoming more popular than television blows my mind. Story 102. Learning a new skill such as badminton, volleyball, real estate, money making, or building relationships. Old video game gameplay for nostalgia, product reviews, and sports. My in-laws use it for news and family discussions. Story 103. Quantum physics, the history of mathematics and science, the history of ancient civilizations, concepts of space, time, and gravity, erasing Elden Ring, Hearts of Iron for Ukraine, our complex political landscape, the latest on lightweight virtual reality, including big screen beyond 2 and Meganex Superlight, as well as natural and social sciences, music theory, music hacks, and music similar to Hunter and Joe Bonamassa. Story 104. I will be 39 this year. I will watch an instructional video if I need to fix something around the house, but I do not use video sharing platforms otherwise. Story 105. Walking videos from anywhere in the world are enjoyable to watch before traveling. Popular locations such as Waikiki, New York, Taipei, and Paris often have new videos uploaded within a week. I prefer walking videos without music or commentary. Story 106. I have a big TV but no subscriptions to cable television, Netflix, Disney, or any streaming service. I use Streamio to watch the latest TV shows, but I have recently sensed that we are already in the age of low-quality content. So I spend most of my viewing time, an hour or two a night, watching YouTube on an Android box hooked up to the TV. I pay for the ad-free subscription. I watch video game reviews. I own a PlayStation 5 that I rarely play, and Digital Foundry tech reviews. I don't own a PC or a high refresh rate monitor. I still watch every video. I enjoy film theory and true crime documentaries, provided they are not too sensationalist. I subscribe to a few documentarians and commentators, including FD, Signifier, and Folding Ideas. I love going down rabbit holes of hobbyists sharing their quirky obsessions. Lord of the Rings lore channels. Techmoan, a guy around my age who reviews old, mostly hi-fi tech. A woman named Emma who goes on cruises, which seems like a horrendous holiday idea to me, but her enthusiasm makes it hard not to enjoy the content. Bad Movie Bible. PBS Spacetime, which I adore, although I understand very little of it. Anyway, the point is, YouTube is the best. Story 107. People are working harder than I ever want to, dealing with car issues and animal and nature restoration. Also, humor. Story 108. Videos on survival skills, making and setting snares, cooking outdoors, cultivating crops and farming, crabbing, and fishing are some of my interests. I also enjoy concerts from bands I loved when I was younger and exploring updates on musicians. These activities remind me of my younger self and bring me happiness. Additionally, I watch Destinos, a series of 52 videos designed to teach Spanish. It starts off easy with English and Spanish, and gradually becomes more in-depth, helping me to learn while being entertaining. Story 109. Conspiracy theories for fun, ancient culture documentaries, podcasts, and content like trigonometry or stand-up comedy. Story 110. My mechanics, Valgeir, Magyar, Hand Tool Rescue, Tudford, Torbjornama, Vengeant, Forgotten Weapons, Vlad Vexler Chat. Story 111. Recently, I have been exploring guides on various weapons for Monster Hunter Wilds. They usually cover topics like woodworking, gardening, concrete work, electrical work, or programming. The latest guide I needed was for setting up the trim on a 3-position toggle switch for a remote control device. I damaged a servo in the process. Mistakes were made, but in the end, it works. Story 112. I am 41 years old and I still watch The Attic Player and The Hard Corner. Otherwise, trash, combo, philosophy, and a little SFAR are enjoyable, but they are professional. Story 113. Mountain biking videos, cooking videos featuring Josh Weissman, Babish, and Brian Lagerstrom, GeoGuessr videos by GeoWizard and Zigzag, and tech videos from MKBHD and Jerry Rig. Story 114. When I need to fix something, I watch how-to videos. Otherwise, I watch videos that people send me. If I am traveling somewhere, I might watch a city guide. Story 115. Depends on my current hobby. Right now, my wife and I are trying to improve our cooking skills as a shared hobby. Other times, I enjoy photo editing or working with electronics. I also enjoy music videos from the 1980s. My wife and I sometimes watch travel vlogs. I love traveling the world through virtual reality experiences. Story 116. Cooking, military documentaries, retro gaming, motion graphics, and editing tutorials. There is a distressing amount of content from Fail Army. Story 117. I often watch videos about exotic cars, food, and sailing, and sometimes I find myself looking at videos featuring attractive women as well. Story 118. I am 41 years old and primarily enjoy watching skateboard videos, gaming and comedy content, music videos, and the occasional outdoor cooking video. Story 119. Auto repair, Sarah and Tuned, Boosted Boys, music, Rick Beato, Cena Drummer, Professor of Rock, Steve Leto, firearms, landscape, tools, gaming, cooking. Story 120. ASMR at night for sleeping is helpful. Otherwise, it is random. Sometimes an old movie clip pops into my head, or parts of a game I am stuck on, or music videos, repair videos, how-to videos, and so on. The only channel I follow is for ASMR content. The rest I can't stand, mostly the popular ones with dramatic thumbnails or the "you won't believe what I found, did, or saw" descriptions. They always have ads and almost always include an in-video sponsor shout-out, along with the constant reminder to be sure to click like and subscribe. That repetitive content bothers me. Story 121. I watch a variety of content including self-improvement videos, workout videos, travel vlogs, motorcycle vlogs, technology and PC Master Race topics, web design, mixed martial arts, vaping, a lot of music, stand-up comedy, watches and knives, additional music, some gaming content, product reviews, documentaries, and individuals who expose scammers. I believe it's mainly content I used to enjoy. Why do you ask? Story 122. Spawn Wave, Tellarian Community, Physical Paradise, miscellaneous Lego builds, infographic show, and occasionally a YouTube tutorial. Story 123. Movie reviews and music videos of bands I listened to as a teenager include Fear Factory, Sepultura, and Pantera. Story 124. I enjoy watching woodturning videos from a few favorite carpenters. Live gameplay of tabletop role-playing games that I like. Music videos, and occasionally videos with my daughter of hamsters making an escape from something. Story 125. NFL analysts, crime shows, court cases, numerous podcasts, aviation videos, and Danny Carey playing the drums. Story 126. I don't really watch YouTube. I listen to a lot of progressive hip-hop and 90s gangsta rap remixes, as well as drum and bass on YouTube Music. Story 127. K-pop, Jon Stewart, The Bulwark, gaming videos, whatever I need to fix. Sometimes I go off on a tangent that can last a few weeks, like historians evaluating movie battles and similar topics. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.